Right then guys, Pete's back garden in the kitchen. Last night I posted a picture of this on the UK Here We Go website saying soon to be a caramelised onion, red onion caramelised chutney, caramelised red onion chutney, whatever you want to call it. And loads of people have asked for the recipe, so I thought for a change, because I haven't done one before, I'm going to do a kitchen video. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll pause this, turn the camera around, set it up and show you what I'm going to do. Catch you in a bit. Right, first things first, I'll show you what the ingredients are. You need about 3 tablespoons of oil to fry the onions in, 10 pounds of onions, and you can see I've got a couple of white ones in there. I've done this once before just with red onions and it wasn't that strong, and I've heard that if you put a couple of whites in amongst the red, then that's fine. They'll get stripped and skimmed and very thinly sliced. Dark brown sugar is preferable. I've only got light brown sugar in the cupboard, so we'll use about 10 ounces, which is what, 250, 260 grams, something like that. You want some malt vinegar, again 7 fluid ounces, which is about 220 ml, something like that. It's not exact, just put it in and taste it. And then most recipes use red wine vinegar as well, about 3 tablespoons, but I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar in, and I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of balsamic in because that's going to thicken it up a bit better, and then 3 cloves of garlic crushed up. I might put 4 in, maybe 5, because these are my own garlic, they've been quite small this year. Apart from that, I mean, you can put a teaspoon of mustard in if you want it to sharpen it up even more, but I think with the balsamic and the red wine and of course the malt vinegar, that's more than enough to balance pretty much all of that sugar. Pinch of salt, pepper, and if you wanted to, you could put some paprika in it, you could put some cracked black pepper, various bits and pieces, you do all twist, but this is the basic recipe. So I'll try and set the camera up and then we'll show you what's the first thing to do is chop the onions. Let's get on with it. Right, first job, chop the onions. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, but I'll show you the way I do it. Just cut it in half, makes it easier to take off the outside skins that you don't want. Get rid of the neck. Usually I'll leave this on for fine slicing, but you can take the root off and then really thinly with the sharpest knife you've got. It's literally really as thin as you can. And turn it over, so keep it, always remember to keep your vegetables safe and steady, especially if your knife's as sharp as mine. And you can see there, look, see how thin that is? It's no more than a couple of 3 millimeters thick. Ideally might even get it a bit thicker than that. Don't need to break it up, it'll all break up in the pan. So like I said, leave that neck bit on and you can just pull off the outside soft skins. They won't be going in the compost because the worms don't like it. And then just there we go. Right, only about 9.5 pounds left to go, so I'm not going to show you all that. I'll pause it, come back to you when I'm done. Right, that is a big load of onions, and I've also minced the garlic up as well, and only 1 minor injury, it's alright. Right, I'll pause this, move the camera around so you can see, and we'll get on to the fun bit now. Right, next up we got to soften the onions off. You don't want to brown them at this point, that comes later. Quite clearly I'm not going to put all of them in one go, it's too big, they'll just end up boiling and we don't want that. So let's get some heat on. You want it to be, that's full whack, you can see that. I'm going to come 2/3 down, so it's about 1/3 on. Our thing hasn't got gas marks on it, but just do it by eye. You don't want them to boil, and you don't want them to colour yet. So put half the oil in. Clean pan. Onions love clean pans. Dirty pans, onions will marry them and stick and stay in there. They won't want to come out. They won't be able to get out. Right, so let's put approximately half of them in. Might even have to do it in 3. No, 2 will be alright. Definitely boil. Yeah. And then fully prepared as always. Oh, nice screech, just give that a bit of a stir. Break them up. Share the oil about. And just literally leave them on a really low heat. Don't leave them alone. If you can hear that, they're starting to come already. That's a bit quick, so I'm going to turn it down a touch. These are top quality pans. I bought these 10 years ago. I think this one was about £80. They're called Stella. They're proper thick bottom pans. I've got a full set of them. They're brilliant. Just give it a mix round. Just want to soften them, don't brown them. Ooh, get back in there. Right, while that's happening, we need 7 fluid ounces of malt vinegar. Does anybody else do this? Because they need to see the thing, if you roll it up it's all wobbly. They should make it, mind the drawer, they should make it so that you can read it from the other side. But 7 fluid ounces, which is about 200 ml of malt vinegar. That's enough of that. And then we want 2 tablespoons red wine vinegar. That's the way to come in. Over in where Roy is. Say hello, Vin. 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Goes in there. Leave them there just in case we need to adjust it later. And then we'll carry on sweating down these onions. I'll do the other batch, put them back in, and then I'll show you how we finish it off. See you in a bit. Right then, it's all the onions softened off and all back in one pan. You can see that. All lovely and soft. I had to pick out a few bits that I missed. What I'm going to do, garlic, that can go in. You don't want that to burn, you just want it to flavour. Give that a bit of a mix. Now, God, you can smell that garlic. This is where the caramelised bit come from. I've got the 10 ounces of sugar, which is 280 grams, I think I said 220 earlier on, but it's 280, I've double checked. So what you do is just put literally a few sprinkles of sugar in there. Excuse the hands. And then turn the heat up. And again, like I said before, it's even more important now that you don't leave it, because you want to caramelise this sugar and start darkening these onions so you can get that lurvy colour. Probably wants a little bit more in there. It's quite a lot of onions. a bit more, almost full whack. Now obviously there's going to be a lot of water in there coming out of the onions anyway, so I'll get this to what it should look like and I'll show you. Right, and they're starting to caramelise nicely now, so once you're happy, right, that's it, I'm happy. So in goes the mix of the malt vinegar, the red wine vinegar and the balsamic. Stir around, put the rest of the sugar in. See straight away that I'll put that up. See how the colour's changed. It's definitely the balsamic. And then I always put a little bit of salt in now, because that means less when you try and make it taste different later on or correct it. A lot of people might be saying no, correct at the end, but it's just how I do it. So that's on. We turn it right down as low as it will go now, and we let it simmer down probably by maybe a third, maybe a quarter, and then we'll can it up. What I've been doing in the meantime, I've got in the oven, I've got some washed and dried recycled glass jars. I'm going to boil the lids because you can't put them in the oven because they've got plastic inserts on them. But those glass jars will be in there for 20 minutes, fan oven 140-ish, not too hot, maybe even 130, for 10-20 minutes. Then just turn the oven off and leave them in there, and then they're ready, nice and warm to take your nice hot chutney. Boil the lids for 5 minutes. Right, 2 little tips. Whenever you're preserving, always do more jars than you think you're going to need. Not going to do any harm, because the worst thing in the world is finishing this and not having enough clean jars. And the other thing is, at the minute, this tastes really sweet, but it smells like you've well overdone it on the vinegar. Don't panic. The vinegar will go away, that's why you're going to reduce it down. It's like when you use wine in a risotto. Right then, nearly finished. Lids are simmering away, if you can see. Look at the colour of that now. Beautiful. And ideally what you want is that, when you push it back, that little clear piece on the bottom of the pan. It's not quite there yet. There's quite a lot of liquid. A little bit thicker. But have it how you want it. Right, next time you see that, I'll be putting it in jars. Right then, it's finished. What we've got to do now, spoon it in without making too much mess. This is just for your benefit, but if you can see, beautiful and red. It tastes lovely. Right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe. Peace.